So we're now into chapter 15, methodically working our way through Grow. And chapter 15 is outside vantage points deliver an advantage is the title of chapter 15. And this chapter was written because for many years I was a staunch supporter of the idea that we didn't want to use third parties, right? We wanted to do everything in-house, and my thinking is that one, I always believed in our ability to do work, like higher quality work. And then also whenever I saw the price tag and what third parties wanted, I like flipped. So it was twofold, right? Well, like, we didn't have any money, so there wasn't, I guess, a whole lot of choice. But then secondly, I always believed that we could do quality work internally. It's the and I still have a lot of guilt over many years of basically treating people like shit, like third parties, and like just grinding on people to get the absolute lowest possible price, and then having just crazy stupid expectations of how they would perform. And there was a key vendor of ours that told me one time that his wife said to him, working with Big B seems to sort of almost be like an abusive relationship for you. Like they treat you poorly, but you keep going back for more. And that's horrible, but that was the culture, and that's what we did. And there was some, that's obviously transitioned. And I talk about the fact that vendors, you wouldn't think that if you're paying vendors, the key to working with vendors is that vendors need to be managed and led just like everybody else, right? And my expectation was always, well, if you're paying somebody, that they should just step in and they should do the work and they should do quality work and it should be on time and it should be right. And that's just not, it's just not the case, right? Like vendors need to be managed and led too. And really what's key is that you have to choose a quality vendor, but then you have to be very clear about what you're looking for from them. Right. And then you have to set that expectation, but then, you have to pay them appropriately and let them do their work with oversight and management. Right. And so there was an experience we had. The Sea Hive is familiar with Michael Strode's and of Crux Move Consulting. And I referenced the relationship with him in the book because we wanted to do some work with facilitating group dynamics when we were establishing forums back in the day. And we wanted to go through the work ourselves first. And this was Beehive back, I don't even know, got to be 10 years ago. And they came at us with a price tag that was like astonishing for us at that moment in time. But they held firm, right? They were like, no. And they had, we really wanted to work with them and we really liked them. So we ended up choosing to work with them and paying the ticket, and it ended up being a great decision, and that was one of the moments in my career I was like, maybe I should loosen up on this stuff a little bit, and lighten up the grip on the steering wheel a touch. But, there's in terms of like vendors that I like, so architects, lawyers, accountants, you wouldn't think you'd have to manage a group like Plant Moran, for goodness sake, but oh my goodness, do you need to manage Plant Moran? and so anyway, the vendors have now become, I've learned, and I'm advocating in this chapter, that working with third-party vendors, it might seem like a simple thing from the outside looking in, but that transition from that gut-wrenching survival mode where you're squeezing every single penny as the entrepreneur, and then transitioning into utilizing third parties is, at least for us anyway, it was a pretty difficult and awkward transition. So I talk about that. I talk about the importance of it, and how to go about managing those relationships. So that's chapter 15.